Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Ginger Hopper. Let's get right into this, shall we? So, this is worth talking about again. I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but so I was in this situation this morning. Was it this morning? It doesn't matter when it was. I was in a situation. No, it wasn't this morning. I was in a situation where I had sat and I had listened to somebody speak from another room, being very pleasant. She was being very nice. But the group on the outside of the room, because she had to holler, she had to go get something. So when she went in the room, she hollered something very pleasantly. And the little group that was sitting outside of the room started saying things like, oh, we know what's coming next. And then somebody else would chime in with something nasty and negative. And this kept happening. And then when the lady walked back out of the room, they were like, "Oh, okay, no problem." What? Okay, so first of all, conscious language. Speak the kind of life that you want to have. If you want to be nasty and negative, that's great. Go someplace else with those nasty, negative people and be that way. Because what happens is when you have someone positive and happy and they hear this kind of stuff, they just you start sucking the life out of them. There is no reason to be nasty around other people. So if you want to be nasty and negative, do it on your own time. Don't include everybody else. Okay? I mean, does that make sense? And what is the point of talking nasty about somebody or mocking them behind their back? If you're one that's doing it, you need to stop. If you're not one that's doing it, but yet you're hearing it, stand up for yourself. I got up and walked away. I didn't run back and tell the girl, "Hey, these girls were saying this when you." No, because that's just gossip. God doesn't like gossip. So I got up and walked away. If you need to talk to somebody, or if you don't like what they're doing, or you have an issue, you also don't need to call them out in front of everybody. It's one thing I learned when I was little, very little. My mother always taught me. She would pull me aside to criticize me. She'd pull me aside to yell at me or whatever, correct me, whatever it was. She'd pull me aside and she would correct me. And I'm so grateful she did that. I mean, until I became a teenager and needed to be yelled at to get my attention. But anyway, um, it's not good to criticize people in front of other people. Those other people then lose the respect for the person that's being criticized because now they all have something to gossip about what you did wrong. And the person that's criticizing them, those other people now look at that person and go, "Oh, stay away from her. If we do something wrong, she's going to call us out in front of everybody." It's just rude. You wouldn't want someone to come up to you and be like, "You did this, grr," right in front of everybody. I don't need the whole world knowing my mistakes. I make them constantly. They can see it for their own eyes, the mistakes I'm making. It doesn't need to be over a loudspeaker. Come on, guys. Seriously, it's with your heart. I saw this post. I don't know. I just saw this post. Okay, and it said, "What is it they don't teach in schools these days that they should?" Somebody posted respect. I thought morals. But are morals and respect supposed to be taught in school? Nope. That should be a learned behavior from home. What are you doing? How are you talking to people? How are you loving people? You know, the key to being someone that people love, respect, look up to, are those that can tear you a new rump roast and you walk away feeling like you ate the dinner. Are you with me? You can tell somebody that their clothing is inappropriate and that they look like a sleazeball without saying that. You could say something like, you are so pretty. You have such a good figure. I bet if you wore X, Y, and Z, it would look tops on you. I bet that it would take your just beauty over the top. Isn't that better than you look like a sleazeball? Come on, I'm not the only one here. I don't have to see that you, I can't even think of an example right now. If I see you, I don't know, doing something wrong, instead of me yelling across the room, "What are you doing that for? That's not where that goes. It goes over on the other shelf." Everyone else is gonna be like, "Geez, why does it matter so much?" And she's gonna be like, or he is gonna be like, "Oh, man. I should have known that. How embarrassing." It's nothing harmful if they put something on the wrong shelf, first of all. Second of all, you could just go over and say, "Hey, I know it's just a shelf. It's not a big deal, but I would really appreciate it if you put it back where it belongs, and it belongs here. I know sometimes it's hard to remember, but this is the spot. Do you think you can remember this? Let's associate it with something so you can remember. I know it might not be important to you, but it is kind of important for other people to be able to find it when they look for it." Sound a little nicer? I mean, people, the way we talk to people, you have to do it from the heart. Everyone is always told how you say things can make or break a situation. Okay. So if you don't want to be spoke to nasty, don't speak to others nasty. If your heart is empty and you feel like no one respects you, nobody cares about you, nobody loves you, whatever that deep feeling is, it's not just given. Okay, now your parents, they're just going to love you regardless, you know, most of the time. For most people, sorry. Um, but the rest of the world, everybody has this, you owe me. My way is the right way. This is how it's going to be, or I'm going to be ticked off. I might not give a rip of how you feel. I do. But what if I don't? What if I think my way is right? My way is the right way, and I don't give a rip what you think. That's what makes the world up. We all feel different. We all look different. We all have different emotions, and we all think different things are right and different things are wrong. Don't judge somebody by their, especially in the society we have going on now. Get the vaccine. No, don't get the vaccine. I don't care what you do. I respect you for your decision, for what you believe in. But don't condemn me for believing different if I believe different. And if I believe the same, don't expect me to get on your high horse and put my nose down at everybody else. I have my own brain. I have my own mind. So do you. So instead of being so judgmental and mean to people, love them where they're at. And they may in return just chastise you, just you're a horrible person for thinking that way. Just love on them harder. Say, that's okay. You may think that. And I'll never forget. Here's one example. And then we'll get this wrapped up. One example, I was, I don't know, kindergarten, first grade. We lived down on the farm in the country. And I was riding the bus. And I would get on this bus every day. And now the next house down, I think it was an old, like 1800 schoolhouse. I mean, it was old. I'll never forget that house. I didn't even think people lived there. I mean, I was young. I thought it was an abandoned place. I didn't know. And on the bus, we would go down to that corner and the bus driver would stop. Mr. Reader, I'll never forget him. Love you if you're still around. um, and these three girls would get on. Now, to me, they were scary because they come out of this abandoned looking home. And in my memory, they weren't very clean. And they were kind of mean. They had attitudes. Now, in hindsight, looking back, I can say they were so insecure. They probably didn't have much. And they probably felt better with themselves being, oh, with that wall up. And maybe that's how they survived. And that's okay. But going back, the one would get on the bus. And I remember looking at her and she looked at me. She said, "What are you looking at? I'll kick your butt." She was probably junior high on up. To me, she looked like high school, but my little eyes being in kindergarten or first grade, she's probably junior high. I don't know. But she was mean to me. And then one day she told me, "Get out of that seat. That's my seat." And I went home and I told Mom, "I don't want to ride the bus. This girl is really mean to me." Mom asked me questions, how old is she? Is she bigger? And I said, "Mom, I really don't want to get on the bus with her. She's so mean." And my mom said something that stuck with me my entire life. And I can't remember what it is. No, I'm just kidding. She said, "Honey, when she's mean to you and she tells you she doesn't want to be your friend and she doesn't want you near her, you just look at her with your big eyes and you smile and you say, 'That's okay. You don't have to like me, but I'm still going to like you.' And keep smiling." And I thought about that one, and I did. Next day I got on the bus and I did that. I smiled real big and I'm shaking and I went, "You don't have to be my friend, but I want to be your friend," or something. I said it wrong, but I knew what I meant and I was proud. And she just looked at me and rolled her eyes and looked away. And she never spoke nasty to me again, ever. She'd give me a dirty look and roll her eyes and stuff. And I do remember she responded with, "Well, we're not going to be friends," or something along those lines. But that stuck with me my whole life. And I always thought, people don't have to like me. Before I've grown into this, I would think, but I don't have to like them either. It's okay. But now with discerning heart, I think it doesn't matter who likes me. It doesn't matter who agrees with me. It doesn't matter what's happening. I am going to love you. And there are hard people to love out there. It doesn't mean I have to call them every day. It doesn't mean I have to be friends with them. It doesn't mean I have to, try and hang out and be buddies. It means that I need to love them from afar, possibly. I need to pray for them and I need to give them grace. And if I have the opportunity, I need to reach back in. Let me help you. Let me show you what I did to go from here to here. It might not be for you, but I'd love to tell you about it. I understand where you're at. I understand feeling the way you feel. Or maybe I don't. Why don't you tell me how you feel? Let's stop criticizing people from afar. Let's stop running our mouths about people that, guys, it's okay to be different. And it's okay to think whatever it is you're thinking. But it doesn't have to come out of your mouth. Your brains aren't that big. My brain's not that big. It's not popping out of my mouth because my brain is so full. If that was the case, I'd be doing YouTube a little better. I know today went a little long, guys, but I really feel like if we could all reach out to one person today, this is my challenge for you today. Now, tomorrow I'll probably be coming live from the hospital. My husband's appointment is at 6:45 in the morning, so I will be coming to you live from the hospital. I might have to do the YouTube and then connect it to the Facebook. I don't know. We'll see what kind of service I get. But his appointment is tomorrow morning, and tomorrow's his 55th birthday. Everybody's tell my husband happy birthday. Matt, I love you. Okay, so I will be here at some point tomorrow morning. But today, your challenge is reach out to one person. I don't even care if it's via text. Reach out to somebody who has completely made you crazy. And just tell them, I was thinking about you. I just wanted you to know I'm here for you, or I've been praying for you, or I just want you to know, even with our differences, I still love you. Use the 3-2-1. You may not want to do it, but 3-2-1, just do it. Imagine how you will feel. They might not respond at all. They might respond with, yeah, whatever. Move on. Delete it so you don't dwell on it. If you delete it on your phone or on your messenger, it helps delete it from your brain and move on. But you might be surprised. They might respond with, I've been thinking about you lately. And either you can let it go, or you can say, did you need to talk about something? Now, I'm not saying get back involved in a toxic relationship. If it's a toxic relationship, put up your boundaries. Don't cross that boundary line, because you don't want to get back sucked into negative and garbage. But you can still produce love. Okay? That's your challenge for today. Got it? I hope you all, let me read some comments. Okay, no questions. Okay. All right, you all have a wonderful day. I will see you back here tomorrow. I cannot guarantee a time, but I can guarantee you that I will be here for you. All right? Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you wouldn't mind, and head over to Heart's Discernment on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group. Answer 3 questions and get on in there. I'm going to try to work on some videos today. With my husband having surgery, I should be home all weekend, so I should be able to produce some more and get busy in there. I love you all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your kindness. And thank you for being here and loving me back. Have a great day.